was a man who moved to a city. He moved to a city and this lady came knocking at his door. He answered the door. The lady said, hey, if you don't move out of your house, it's going to be a flood and you're going to die. The old man looked at the lady and said, lady, I ain't going to die in no flood because God has my back. She says, okay, whatever, and walks on. So it started raining, and now the water's up to the middle of the man's door. And the scuba diver comes. He looks in the mirror, in the window of the man's house, and the man in the house goes, what do you want? The scuba diver says, if you don't move out of your house, you're gonna die in this flood. The man says outside the window to the scuba diver, I'm not gonna die in no flood because God has my back. Do that with me. Can you do that? Come on, let's practice. God. So it started raining even harder. Now the water is up to the top of the man's door, and it's also getting inside his house. This canoe comes. You know what a canoe, the two paddles on the side. This canoe comes and says to the man inside the house, hey man, move out of the house. If you don't, you're gonna die in this flood. The man says to the people in the canoe, he says, I'm not gonna die in this flood because God has my back. You got it, yeah. So it started to rain even harder. Now the water has flooded the man's house. The man is standing on top of the roof. He's standing on top of the roof. And this boat comes, not a ship, but a boat. This boat comes and says to the man, hey man, you on the roof, get down, come inside the boat, because if you don't, you're gonna die in this flood. The man on the roof says to the people in the boat, I ain't gonna die in this flood because God has mine. So the man died. And a little twist to the story here. He got to heaven. This is the important part. He got to heaven, and when he got to heaven, he saw God and was like, God. A little twist to the story. He was like, God, what? I told all those people that you had my back. What was that? God looks at him. He says, I don't think God's face looked like that, but he says, excuse me, I did have your back. He said, I did have your back. I sent the lady that knocked on your door. I sent the scuba diver, the one that yelled at you through the window. I sent the people in the canoe. I sent the two paddles. I sent the people in the boat, not the ship, but the boat. I sent the people in the ship. I sent the people in the helicopter. I sent the people in the helicopter. I did have your back. I did. How many times have we heard here at Encounter that it's all about relationships? Haven't we? It's about relationships. Not only that, not only is it important to know, but it's important to know why. And the reason is because, write this down, 99.99999% of the time,